Wow, that's $1 million question. I think truly that the market has particularly excited investors. That is against the grain that from the start of the year, nobody actually thought the market would be able to weather the storms uphill. But the numbers just, have posited differently. And we've seen tremendous growth in terms of returns to investors, outweighing the average investors across the globe, not just in Nigeria. So while, of course, we had a situation where the fixed income market particularly suffered, a dearth of return vis-a-vis inflation, the equities market has proven that it is quite very much resilient. And I think that's quite an excitement.
So, what would you say are the major drivers of the market performance specifically?
Performance, performance, performance. You know, market does not just move by wishes, if anything like that. Market is moved by the reality that is the situation around economy, around the individual companies, around industry. So what we have seen this year is the fact that against all odds, companies' performance has shown tremendous resilience. They've posted numbers that are strictly unbelievable, across board. Yeah, a few were a little under the weather, but majority weathered through the storms and came out truly stronger. Don't forget the fact that we just came out of the COVID effects, or should I say we are coming out of it. But it has continued to be very, very incremental, in terms of satisfying clients. We've seen companies that, in spite of all of this us were alluding to, have been able to pay more dividends. Some have given bonuses. And what else do investors want? It's return. And they've been getting it. So that is translating to the numbers you're seeing. So as at date, we've seen the return of our market inching towards 18%. That's a lot higher than in any other jurisdiction globally.
So, are you saying, in essence, did you think, in terms of the stock market navigating a turbulent year of high inflation, higher interest rates, and so on? Are you saying that 2022 was a profitable year overall?
Absolutely. I mean, you can always benchmark it if you go a little over the board, wanting to look at other jurisdictions. You won't find, economies where you get this kind of return in the capital market. And then there are key sectors, that have driven this performance. Okay, we've seen the agric sector, we've seen the banking space, we've seen the telecoms, providing so much support for these numbers. So, and they're real, they're tangible. Okay, so I was making a comment earlier that dividends are not paid out of the blues, they are paid out of performance. So, on a whole, while inflation was surging, while other factors, were demeaning the performance of certain industries, we have seen on the average an upturn in terms of the average expectation. And I think no investor will walk away by the end of today and say, I have a regret for having been in the capital market this year.
Okay, for the year 2023, which is in about a few days from now, what's your outlook?
Positive, positive, positive. Now, the reason is simple. If companies are currently doing better, I expect that they do a lot more better next year. The worst is that they maintain current performance. One of the fears that actually was at the beginning of this year regarding what this year may pan out with were fears around election. We're barely a few months away from election. The certainty is that there will be elections in Nigeria against all odds. The certainty is also that there will be a new government, and government has continued to assure and reassure, citizens and, distant observers as it may be, that things will go down well. I'm that kind of optimistic person too. So looking at the wins, I believe 2023 holds a lot of promise. There will be smooth transition. Whether there will be hiccups in election or not, they are not sufficient to derail the perspective of this nation. And I see businesses doing a lot better going forward.